All right, so at this point of the lesson, I have to ask you, how are you doing? All right, we're up to the final solo. Very, very cool, very exciting. We're still in the key of D, and we're going to start with this phrase. So the first two notes will be 10 to 13 on the B string, and then we'll play 10 on the high E and do a bend from 13 on the B. We'll play those four notes twice. Followed by 10 to 13 B, 10, 13, 10 on the high E, 13 B, 13 on the high E, and then 10 E, 13, 10 B, 12 G, followed by this. This will be 10 on the G, 12 on the G and the B twice, back to 10 G. Descend the blues scale here, 12, 10 on the D, A string, 12, 11, 10. Shift positions, 8, 10, slide back to 12. Put all that together. Woo! Oh yeah, now here's the next phrase. So we'll start 10 on the D, followed by 12 on the A string, 10, 12 D. Next phrase. This will be 10 on the G, 12 on the G and the B. Bend 12 on the G string up, release, pull off to 10. Now double stop, so stay on the G and the B strings. 12, 10, 12, 12. Followed by this phrase. This is going to be 12, 10, 12 with a bend on the G, release, pull off to 10, back to 12 on the G and the B. And continue to strike the 12th fret of the G and the B strings. So here's that phrase once again. The next phrase features a group of 5. It goes like this. So he's playing in 16th notes, but he repeats 5 notes 3 times. We'll play 10 to 11 on the G string. That's going to be F to F sharp, so kind of playing between the major third and the minor third and the major third. And then after playing 10 to 11 on the G, we'll play 12, 10 D, 12 A. Play those 5 notes 3 times. Followed by this. So this will be on the G string, 10, 12, 10. Bend 12 on the G and then play 10 on the B, E, back to B. Shift positions and do a trill between 12 and 15 on the high E. That's something Frampton does a lot as well, which I think is a little bit unusual, where he's just playing in this basic box position, but then he quickly jumps out of it. And now here's the next phrase. So we'll start with a bend from the 15th fret of the high E string. We'll do that twice, and then 15, 13, 15. Followed by, that's going to be 13, and then 15 with the bend, release, pull off to 13, back to 15. So it's a lot of work there between the 15th and the 13th frets on the high E string. And next 3 notes, this is a triplet, so I'm thinking 3 notes at a time. Bop, bop, bop. That's going to be 13 E, 15, 13 B, and then we'll end that with 14 on the G string. So here's that final phrase one more time. The next part of the solo features octaves played between the G string and the high E string, and here's the first half of it. So the octave shape between those two strings needs to be separated by 3 frets. So I'm playing on the 12th fret of the G, 15th fret of the high E string. And I'm just going to call out what I'm playing with my first finger on the G string, but maintain that shape throughout. So the first note is G, moving down to F sharp, so that's 12 down to 11. 11 to 9, 9 to 7, and then back up to 9, up to 10, up to 12, up to 14. So far we've done this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 14 back to 12, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, back to 14, back to 12, back to 14, and then down to 12 again. And I'm just really doing a strumming pattern. My right hand is continuously strumming throughout this. So here's what we've done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's so very cool about it, as I mentioned earlier, he's going between the F sharp when he's playing over the D chord and F when he's playing over any other chord, but in this case over the F chord. So we've done the first half. Second half, a little shorter, goes like this. So it starts off the same, 12 back to 11, 11 to 9, 9 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 10, here's the F, 10 up to 12, 12 to 14. Now here's where it breaks off, and we're just gonna shift up to 17 and then up to 19. So let's put all that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, the final piece. We're going to outline the chords D, but we're going to do a D chord up 1 octave. And we're going to outline D, and we can slide into it from a half step below. F, C, back to D. And then do it again. So now let's go back and try and piece this final solo together. Woo! Quite a bit to do. Let's see if we can do it. Here we go. So the final piece of this great big puzzle we're putting together is the ending, and the ending goes something like this. So I'll take off my Leslie effect now, and let's talk about that. So I just went back to the intro, but ended with F sharp to G. Now we're just going to climb up the fretboard based around that G chord, G major pentatonic. And then I'm going to do this lick. Frampton does that a lot. This is going to be 12, 13, 12, 10 on the high E string. And then some bluesy stuff. Followed by this. That's going to be B to G, and the top part of an A minor chord, followed by D, and then you can climb up an octave and do this. So that's a D major arpeggio, 17 to 14 on the high E, followed by 15 on the B string. And then the last thing we can play is a D chord up high on the neck. And if you put all that together, that's how you would play Do You Feel Like We Do. Amazing tune, one of my favorites of all time. So have some fun with that one.